Thank you, Beyonce. Hello, I'm Ed Cavalier, and welcome to TV Burp. There's over 16,000 hours of TV in every week, and we've cherry-picked the very best bits for you. So tonight, Trey unhappy with mobile phone coverage on Home and Away. Yeah. Actor faces up to reality on Neighbours.
You know what the weird thing is? Not knowing how to act.
And world's slipperiest motorbike on All Saints. Oh, whoops. Still going. Still going. Next up, we have True Beauty, an exciting reality show in which 10 beautiful people compete to find out who is truly the most beautiful on the outside and the inside. So, let's meet some of the contestants. First up, there's Chelsea.
I know that I'm beautiful because every time that I walk into a room, people stare at me like I'm some kind of freak.
Now, why would they do that, Chelsea? Next, there was Ray.
I can be cocky. I can be the most arrogant SOB that you've ever seen. Girls love that. Well, if you're cocky, there's nothing better than cocky, because then it like draws them like flies.
I can think of something else that attracts flies, Ray. A whole pile of it. Then there was CJ, who's just as cocky as Ray and was pumped up to be captain of the blue team for the photo shoot challenge.
I am the type of leader I want to have as much control over everything because I don't trust you enough.
Okay, he's the real deal. Beautiful and tough. Get a tennis racket in his hand and he becomes so aggressive. All right, so the first two were a little bit girly. No worries, bring it home, big man.
I just didn't want to do too much energy. Got it. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, he nailed it. Much better. But it was Julia that proved the most photogenic. Oh, yeah. Can you believe they call her an airhead? After a long day's photo shoot, they decided to relax with a toga party, and that's where things got a little crazy.
Ray, can I get a full streak around the pool?
Next thing you know, Ray's got a streak around the pool. Does Ray streak around the pool? Yes, he does.
Ray's talking in the third person. Is Ray annoying everyone? Yes, Ray is. But I think the last word should go to Chelsea this week.
I have personality. I have sass. I am strong. I have...
Of course. True beauty is all about the factor. Hey, I did a bit of home renovating on the weekend. I put a lovely lattice down the side of my house, and I think it looks fantastic. Unfortunately, my neighbour wasn't so keen. Oh, just put that in. Oh, you gotta... Jeez. No, it's Rush. And this week the team had to deal with an aggressive alcoholic. Their strategy? Shoot him in the arm. A devastating blow. That's his drinking arm. The team managed to corner their man, but found him armed and dangerous. But armed with what? Another Molotov cocktail? A gun?
Don't come in here, I'm telling you now!
Place down the ground and place down.
A table lamp? No! Back up, guys, or he'll mood light you. Meanwhile, Constable Michael Sandrelli managed to save an incredibly buoyant woman from a submerged car. Pop! The woman had actually stopped breathing, so they did what they're trained to do. The tactical response boys applied a bit of the old mouth-to-mouth. So we can only wonder how seriously injured Constable Stella D'Agostina must have been to receive this treatment. Don't worry, she survived. She's fine. After his brave rescue, Michael was hailed as a hero. It might just be me, but I got the impression that he was interested in how the woman he saved was feeling.
How are you feeling?
Fine, thanks.
How are you feeling?
Fine, thanks.
How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty harassed now, thanks, Michael. But those guys on Rush, they have pretty stressful jobs, and sometimes the pressure becomes so great that they take it out on unsuspecting civilians.
Move, you limp-wristed prick!
I'm not limp-wristed. I have wobbly arm syndrome. Yeah. Yeah, you can scoff, but wobbly arm syndrome is very real. Did you see that episode of Brothers and Sisters recently? He's got it as well. By the way, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but Sea Patrol has finished up. Yes, I know, but we've still had some wonderful memories, haven't we? Especially those nicknames. There's Bomber, Charge, Nav, of course, Nav, yes, I love Nav. XO, yes, there's XO, yeah, two dads. Yeah, we'll move on, yeah, two dads, fair enough. Spider and Buffer, of course. Actually, it turns out the only Sea Patrol character without a nickname is Barry General Hospital. He's great old Bazza, but he does tend to get typecast. Which brings us to our scene exit of the week.
Scene exit of the week. You're saying I didn't do all that?
Okay, Leon, don't show him again because he's got it all running in his head anyway.
Okay, world.
Whee!
We'll see you after the break. And welcome back to TV Burp. Now to Australia's Perfect Couple, where the challenges faced by our couples just keep getting harder. This week, the contestants were offered $10,000 to watch the previous week's episode of Australia's Perfect Couple.
If you're not comfortable with doing it, darling, then, you know, you don't have to.
Can you blame her? This week, our perfect couples had to prove they were perfect couples by doing something all perfect couples can relate to, being an acrobat. All right. And here we go. Yay! Oh. It was scary at the time, but everyone laughed about it later, especially Nicole. Wow, if they ever make a TV show called Australia's Perfect Laugh, don't ask Nicole. Eventually, it came down to vote a couple off the show. It was a huge decision for everyone. I mean, all the couples are so nice. What could you possibly base your vote on? Yeah, surprisingly, Nicole and Phil were eliminated. I didn't see that coming. So all that was left was for Jules to send them on their way.
You guys can go and grab your bags.
Phil, however, decided to grab something else. Oh, come on, Phil. Over on the bill, it was all Hollywood again this week. First, they managed to grab themselves another big Hollywood star. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together for Mr. Ben Stiller. Good on you, Ben. Ben then visited a woman in hospital with LA graffitied on her forehead. Shocking. And to top it all off, is it just me, or does this scene remind you of Titanic the movie? We didn't even put any music on that, I promise. To better homes and gardens now, and Tara's terrific tips just keep on coming.
Repurposing is a buzzword in design right now. It's all about finding new uses for things that you would normally throw away.
Yeah, everyone's talking repurposing. It's the buzzword.
So on that note, I'm going to turn this lot of old soft drink bottles into something beautiful for your home.
It can't be done. Or can it?
Start by collecting together as many soft drink bottles as you can. Make sure they're clean and dry before cutting the base off each with a sharp blade. Once you've got a whole pile of bases together, well, then you can start arranging. I'm working in rows to form a large rectangle. Now, I don't know about you, but I am seeing a whole field of flowers.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I'm seeing cut-up plastic bottles on a bench.
With some hinge strings at the top and a rod, you've created one very snappy curtain to hide an ugly view.
Yeah. Or you could say you've made an ugly view less ugly by hiding it behind an extremely ugly plastic bottle curtain. From the world of fun money-saving tips to the light-hearted world of ancient Danish explorers. Yes, this was SBS's Voyages of Discovery with host Paul Rose.
In the spring of 1892, a charismatic Norwegian explorer called Fridtjof Nansen announced a daring plan.
Yes, Nansen's quest was one of the most arduous feats of endurance ever recorded. Not that Paul was taking it that seriously.
One of the crew members said that first they worried about dying and then about not dying soon enough.
They all wanted to die. Good times. Paul then told of how Nansen and his crew managed to survive in the Arctic wilderness by building themselves a crude hut.
They dug a hole into the permafrost, laid a single driftwood log across the top. The walrus that they'd killed for food, they put the hides from over top with rocks holding down the hide, and they crawled in this hole in the ground.
Yeah, it was a pretty grim place, that hut. So what they did was they repurposed it with one of these. Made from some old plastic bottles they had just lying around. So much nicer. After many months of desperate survival, Nansen and his crew made it through to Christmas Day.
To celebrate, Johansson turned his grease-ridden shirt inside out. And Nansen changed his underpants for the first time that year.
Yeah, and that would account for Nansen's nickname, Rear Admiral Krusty Jocks. Actually, I think he was still wearing the same pair of jocks when he finally returned home and was reunited with his wife.
Wife, I'm home from the Arctic. Oh, my goodness, how was it? Cold. Oh, Nansen. Oh, wife, give me a hug. What is that smell?
I tell you what, All Saints this week has had me absolutely hooked.
You all right, mate? Terry, is it? You got any allergies?
No, wait. I've got one allergy. It's meat hooks, that's right. A young apprentice had slipped and had a nasty accident, but in no time, the All Saints medical response team had the situation under control.
Ready to move it now. No, you're going to feel something, Terry, so you're just going to have to be brave for me, okay?
Yeah, that something you're feeling is probably the hooky thing in your back. But when things get serious, it's all about teamwork.
She's not going to die, is she? Not if we can help it.
Steroids and antihistamines in. She's not improving. More adrenaline?
BP's dropping.
Okay. Who wants a snag?
Is there anything I can do to help?
Keep your filthy hands off her.
There's no helping sometimes. To take us out to the break, I'd like to introduce you to Stacey from Beauty and the Geek. Not only is Stacey a looker, but it turns out she's a very good debater.
I actually like debates. I'm really good argumenting points.
Yeah, you'll get no argumenting from me on that one, Stacey. Stick around, there's more TV Burp in just a moment. To TV Burp, and tonight, contestant wants more time on Project Runway.
This challenge, you'll have just 8 hours.
Oh. Host too tough to drink from pink water bottle on Voyages of Discovery.
And something even more exciting.
Yeah. And man drives car with genitals on Scrap Heap Challenge.
That's the scary theory behind today's Scrap Heap Challenge. These things are semi-final.
I myself often drive my car just like that when I take it for a little spin around Summer Bay.
No, I really would just prefer if we went somewhere else.
Whoops. Don't worry, the bin is fine. This was Home and Away, and it was the week of Belle and Aiden's wedding. Auntie Morag didn't really want to go, so she sent a wax replica of herself instead.
Train the bus. Yeah, I'm going to go check on Annie and see what's cooking.
So lifelike. Here's a question for you. When is a race not a race? When it's an amazing race. And this series of The Amazing Race is more amazing than ever before.
11 teams will embark on a race around the world for $1 million.
Yeah, I love the smell of reality TV in the morning. If you've missed them, here are some of this season's contestants, starting with sisters Keisha and Jen.
So it's kind of like we're heavily relying on each other. Now we have to deal with each other's little, issues.
Would one of those issues happen to be Keisha's laugh? Yeah. I wonder who would win in a laugh-off between Keisha from The Amazing Race and Nicole from Australia's Perfect Couple. Nicole, just. Anyway, I think my favourite Amazing Race team would have to be these guys.
Mark and Michael, brothers and professional stuntmen.
Professional stuntmen? I love stuntmen. They're rugged and tough and can do all sorts of incredible stunts.
Michael and I are kind of in a small niche.
We stunt double children.
All sorts of incredible stunts. Meanwhile, over on cable channel Arena, the reality TV series Stylista is in full swing. A show about 9 people competing for a job at Elle magazine. This week, the contestants had to organise a birthday party for the world's happiest 10-year-old. All right, Kate, pitch us your idea. I like it. But I think Joanna's idea was better. An illusionist. But what is his illusion? The illusion of having talent. Finally, one contestant came up with every little girl's birthday party dream.
The theme I came up with for your party was basically a royal court.
Yes, creepy Scottish bagpiper. And why not? He's so cool, he knows all the latest hits.
What's your favorite song again?
SOS.
Can you play SOS?
It's Rihanna.
Close your eyes, it's like Rihanna's right there in the room. Which brings us to our TV highlight of the week.
Now, what are the parts of the body that this helps? You put a sports person, physiologist, look at this. What do they say?
Back with more TV Burp right after the break. Thank you. TV Burp to Surf Patrol now, which would have to be the greatest show since Bondi Rescue. And let's start with a surf report.
At Surfers Paradise, the ocean is angry.
And more details have just come to hand. Angry ocean with south to southwest confused breezes and waves rising to an inquisitive 3 metres. The drama began early on the beach this week when a lifesaver accidentally superglued his hands to a nipper's head. I can hear the ocean, and it's angry. But lifesavers training can only take them so far. For emergencies, it's important to bring in the medical specialists because they really know their stuff.
G'day, how are you?
Thanks.
G'day, mate. What are you doing there?
Yeah. When in doubt, just ask the 8-year-old to diagnose himself. OK, we've all done it, and don't you just hate it when you lock your keys in the car? This was Neighbours, and poor old Declan was still trying to come to terms with the death of his wife, Bridget. But the big question was, who caused that accident that claimed her life? Well, I think I've got an idea. What? They'll never know it was me. But Erinsborough really was a sad place this week. I mean, just have a look at the local papers.
Very nice, darling. Although, I don't think the wreath's a bit much, do you?
Yeah, and I've got this one too, from the Erinsborough Bugle. I just hope they catch that creep. It's weird. Of course, everyone on Ramsay Street dealt with the tragedy in their own way. Zeke wandered down to the lake and pretended to be a forklift.
Prisoner walking towards the ocean, it's hard to...
Dr. Carl decided he'd audition for the Wiggles.
The mutt, the weak cold feet, undulating alligator snapping at your feet.
While Sonny tried to cheer everyone up with a traditional Korean song. Can't understand Sonny's lyrics? Not to worry, we had them translated. Yeah. And then everyone got together for Bridget's funeral, where her friends remembered the good times they shared with her.
You know, when she believed in something, she backed it the whole way. You know, even if that meant taking on the whole footy team.
Yeah. The funeral ended with everyone getting together for an impromptu sing-along of the local footy club song.
Work hard, we're at school. Every week you'll hear us roll. We are the boys from Erinsborough.
Honestly, that would have to be the worst rendition of the Erinsborough Footy Club song that I have ever heard. What would Bridge think if she heard that? Where's the spirit? Where's the passion? I'll tell you where. Right here. Ladies and gentlemen, to sing us out tonight, please welcome the Erinsborough Football Club belting out their team song the way it should have been done.